Welcome to Fly East Kitchen. I'm Jessica, your host, and today we are about to make the most amazing Cajun scallop pasta dish you have ever had. If you like what you see, make sure that you like, subscribe, share, and comment below because we're about to get right into this amazing dish. Let's get right into this super easy but fly recipe. So all you'll need are some scallops. We have some right here. These are frozen scallops that we've thawed out completely, made sure that all the moisture was gone. We patted them dry with paper towel, and I've just squeezed some lime over. And then we also have some onions, peppers, red and green, tons of garlic because it's a Fly Eats episode and we need lots of garlic, and some parsley to garnish later. Also, with the pasta, we're gonna use bucatini. Okay, I don't know if y'all know about bucatini, but I'm obsessed with this pasta. I'm not a huge fan of spaghetti because it is a little thinner, and I know it sounds like so minute, like of a choice, but I'm telling y'all, bucatini is like the best pasta to try, especially with this dish. So let's start with seasoning our scallops. I know a lot of people are pretty intimidated with scallops. Well, I know I was the first time I made it, because the first time I made scallops, they were trash. And let me tell you what I did wrong so you won't do it either. So like I said earlier, the most important part about scallops, especially if they're frozen, is to make sure that they are thawed out completely. If you want a beautiful sear, you need to make sure all of that moisture is gone, right? So you have to make sure, like I said, that they're thawed out. What I did is I placed the frozen scallops in cold water for like 20 minutes, and that's really enough time to just kind of let all of that cold, whatever, the frozen ice off of it. And then you remove it from the cold water, place it on a paper towel, and allow the rest of that moisture to fall out. You can also put a paper towel on top of the scallops to make sure there's literally no moisture in here. I know it sounds like I'm being redundant, but I'm telling y'all, if y'all want good scallops, you have to do this, okay? So now for the seasoning, it's gonna be really simple. These are Cajun scallops. So what we're going to do, I have a little bit of olive oil. I'm just gonna drizzle some on top, just a little bit. And then we have some Cajun seasoning. Gonna just put on top of there, make it real cute, Salt Bae style. And then some garlic powder. And you're just gonna continue that with all of the scallops on the front part, as well as flipping it over and seasoning the other side as well, because you want to make sure that scallop is full of flavor for when we are ready to sear. After both sides are coated, make sure you really get in there, massage that seasoning into your scallops if you really want it good. Next, we're going to go ahead and get our pasta ready, start boiling that, and then start on our sauce. Now that we have our scallop seasoning and that perfect Cajun seasoning and all that garlic, gonna let that sit for a while, let it marinate. We're gonna get our pasta water boiled and get ready for our sauce. Melt your butter in a medium-large frying pan on medium-high heat. Next, you're going to add your garlic and your veggies. Prior to adding your red onions, you're going to cook your garlic for a couple minutes. You may have to bring the heat down just a little bit just to ensure that it doesn't burn. But then, like I said, you'll add the red onions like you see here, add your red peppers, and then you're going to add your sliced green peppers. Just looking at this mixture, honestly, it's just so pretty, but even better than pretty, it tastes really, really good. You're not gonna have to overcook these veggies, so you're just gonna go ahead and saute it lightly, let all that butter from the bottom of the pan lightly coat all of your onions and your peppers, and the garlic will continue to cook. At this point, your house is gonna smell so damn good. Everyone's gonna be like, the hell are you cooking? And you're going to be like, it's a Fly Eats recipe. Get with it. So like I said, you're just going to continue to saute that. You can stir it occasionally. You're next going to add some salt to your veggies. Go ahead and just sprinkle a little. Let it cook for a couple more minutes and then remove it off the heat because we're going to bring it back to complete our recipe. In a pot of boiling water, you're going to add oil, tons of salt, and then your bucatini pasta. You're just going to cook until al dente, but make sure you also save some of that pasta water for the sauce. Searing your scallops are the easiest part of this recipe. You may have to add a little bit more butter, but you're just going to cook each side for a couple minutes, and then you'll just flip it over, you know, just check for that beautiful crust. It's just such a delicate seafood. You don't have to do too much to it. You'll continue this process for all of your scallops, and then we'll be ready to put our pasta together. We've seared our scallops, and y'all, at this point, your house should be smelling amazing. All right, so now we're about to put our veggies back on the pan, add our scallops, finish up our sauce, and put our pasta together so we can go in on this recipe. Y'all, this is low-key a one-pan dish. I mean, minus the pot to boil the pasta, we have not used too much of our cooking equipment. And so that makes it super easy when it comes to cleanup. You don't have to worry about all these pots and pans all over the place. Anyways, I digress. So in that same pan that we seared the scallops, you're just gonna add your veggie mix. Go ahead and stir that together. Let those flavors bind together. It's just going to make such a beautiful light sauce. And I know you remember that I told you to save that pasta water. And the reason why I told you to add tons of salt is because that's the water that we're going to use to add to our sauce. It's something that's just like a really easy additive so that you don't have to make anything that's too heavy. I know a lot of people, when they make Cajun pasta dishes, it tends to be incorporated with a creamy sauce, which is really great. But sometimes I just really like a light sauce, and we really didn't use much besides some butter and some oil just to get all those flavors in. So next, you're gonna go ahead and add your bucatini, that bomb ass pasta that I've been telling y'all about. You're gonna love it. It's just thick, and it really just holds the flavor from when it was boiling in the water with that salt. And it'll really bind with the flavors from the veggies, from the garlic, and all of the seasonings that we put in the scallops as well. So go ahead and just toss that in together. And now we're going to add our scallops because they're so good. Am I the only one that sings when they're cooking and they know they're about to eat something amazing? No? Just me? Okay, great. Awesome. All right, so you guys, we're at the last leg. We're almost ready to taste. All you're going to do is add in your scallops to the pasta. Bring your heat down to low because you don't need to cook anything over more than it already has been cooked. Everything is cooked perfectly and not overdone. Just mix it all together and let's get ready to taste. We are all ready for our taste test. Our pasta is done. Our scallops are packed in this pasta, filled with all those Cajun seasonings, a little bit of spice, so much garlic that you're gonna like go insane, but in a great way. So let's go ahead and taste this bomb dish. You're gonna go ahead and get a nice helping of pasta. And some of the veggies on top. A couple of those scallops. I like extra spice, so I'm gonna add a little bit more of the red crushed peppers and then a little bit of Parmesan Romano cheese. It's time to taste. So let's cut a piece of scallop. That's like literally cooked so perfectly, y'all. As long as you follow what I said to y'all earlier about getting all that moisture out. I can't even focus, so I'm just ready to taste. And then your scallops will sear so perfectly, and it's gonna just taste so good and just be packed with all the flavor that we added to it. Ready? First of all, that was a big ass bite. Second of all, it was amazing. And I know you guys are gonna like this too. The recipe is easy, the dish is amazing, and it's instantly going to become a classic in your home. So make sure that you guys like, subscribe, share, comment below, and check me out on another episode of Fly Eats Kitchen.